So when you think about the ancient Greek afterlife, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For most of us, it's probably Hades, right? A pretty gloomy, shadowy underworld. But what if I told you that's not the whole story? The truth is way more complicated and, honestly, a lot more fascinating. We're going to take a journey into the Greeks' ever-changing beliefs about the soul, and our guide is the incredible foundational work of scholar Erwin Rohde. That's the ghost of Achilles himself from the Odyssey. And it just perfectly sums up the main Homeric view that any life, literally any life on Earth, was better than being a mindless shadow in the underworld. So this is our starting point. You know, the epic poems, the Iliad and the Odyssey, they were basically the Bible for Greek culture. They laid out this really clear, almost streamlined picture of the world, the gods, and yeah, what happens when you die. And for a lot of people, for a long time, this was the final word on the matter. Okay, so in this official version, your soul, your psyche, it wasn't really you. It was more like a weak echo, a flimsy dream image of you with no real strength, no memory, no consciousness. The moment you died, it just kind of fluttered away to Hades, totally cut off from the world of the living. To put it bluntly, it was powerless and, well, pretty pointless. But here is where it starts to get really interesting. But if the soul was really just this harmless, pathetic shadow, why on earth did the Greeks perform such elaborate, sometimes even gruesome, rituals for their dead? And the poems themselves, they actually contain clues that contradict their own story. And these contradictions, as our guide Erwin Rohde points out, they're not mistakes, echoes of a much, much older pre-Homeric faith, from a time when the dead were considered anything but powerless. There are these old rituals and phrases that are stuck, embedded right in the Homeric epics, but they don't quite fit the official Homeric view of things. They're pointing back to a time when the soul was something to be feared, to be worshipped, and was believed to have real power over the living. So you get this weird split. On one hand, Homer tells us the soul is a witless shade. But then, on the other hand, he shows us these rituals that treat the soul like it's a conscious being that needs to be fed and kept happy. Achilles sacrifices animals, horses, dogs, even captured Trojan prisoners, and he offers them directly to Patroclus' soul. So, why would you offer a giant feast to a ghost that can't even enjoy it? And this contradiction is just on full display when Odysseus goes to the underworld. The shades are all just milling around, totally mindless, until they drink the blood from his sacrifice. And suddenly, boom, their consciousness, their memories, they all come flooding back. Now that suggests the soul's senses weren't gone for good. And that detail right there, that's a huge crack in the official story of the powerless soul.